for Gauteng Education. Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. Firstly, a response to the fact that Leanne's just said MEC Lesufi is not complying with norms and standards when it comes to asbestos schools.
Look, it's quite sad what the Equal Education is saying, because we have launched one school in Westbury, which was an asbestos school, demolished that, built, and it was launched. We are going to launch in the few weeks another school in North Geseg, which was also asbestos. There's a school that we have already started to build in around Sidibeng, where we were delayed actually by community. Sometimes community want to participate in the building of the school because remember they need to one way or the other benefit from that. So there's a commitment that we've made as the Department of Education in Gauteng to say we're going to eradicate all those schools. We have about now 29 of those asbestos schools which must be demolished, and we build new schools. They are in our priority because they are saying in our plan 2019-2024, we are not saying how much we're going to be spending on that. But we are saying that is a plan which we have called upon inputs coming from different structures, different stakeholders, including themselves. But they can't be saying, because there's no financial implication there, then we are not serious about what we are saying. We have estimates that we have.
Apologies for interrupting. The issue doesn't seem to be about the schools that you build, and the issue seems to be you've missed the 2016 deadline and what seems to be the 2020 deadline, and now you're saying asbestos schools will be eliminated by around 2023. That seems to be the issue. Why has that taken so long?
No, look, there's priorities. I mean, we are fixing the moving train here, which need to be understood. I mean, on top of the asbestos schools, we still have mobile schools that we must eradicate. On top of that, we have a backlog in Gauteng. You know that each and everyone wants to come here because of the quality of education that we are improving every time. I mean, we're introducing school of specialization. We are making sure that the learner with special need, we have reduced that waiting period, which was 5 years to 6 months. So when we look at our budget, we prioritize and look at all other aspects which we need to improvise and make sure that we improve. The issue of infrastructure, it's a priority which we have committed, and we have undertaken that we're going to make sure that all the infrastructure challenges are addressed. There's about 180 schools which we need to fix, which they were built a long time ago. They are dilapidated, they're about to fall. So we cannot be saying we're focusing on one element, which is only asbestos school. Meanwhile, we have got other things that we also need to prioritize.
Okay. Another issue is sanitation in Gauteng schools. Reportedly, over 700 schools without proper toilets and sanitation.
No, Equal Education came to us and said we have identified 50 schools which they have challenges of sanitation. We actually went and did over 1,000 schools in our area to say, look, we cannot focus on only 50 that we have identified. Actually, we went overboard and fixed all the toilets. But then they will say, march to the department again and say, we understand that we have fixed about 50, but when you go back, their taps are broken and all that. But we are saying we've got schools, we've got SGB that must assist to maintain the schools. So we can't say the department has adhered to your demands. They have fixed what you said they need to fix. Actually, they went overboard and fixed more than what you expected. But then go back and say, we can see that we have fixed, but then there are taps that are leaking. Meanwhile, those are supposed to be fixed by the SGB because we allocate maintenance money to all the schools to say, maintain where you're supposed to be maintaining.
Thanks so much for your time on SABC News. Gauteng Education spokesperson Steve Mabona. It's time for a short break. We'll be back on The Full View with more local, international news as well as sports. Do stay with us.